Hey pros, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today we're working on my client who has some tape-ins that we installed a couple of weeks ago. And she also came in to get her scalp cleansed / detoxed because she has a ton of buildup. Now, just because she has actual dandruff or even though she's natural, that doesn't exclude her or disqualify her from being able to get a tape-in service. The only difference with her tape-in service is that we used our textured queen tape-ins rather than our silky straight tape-ins. Now, because she is also very much so natural, I had to start the service off by just going through and brushing through her hair as well as applying our detox cocktail that's a part of our recipe book. Our newest recipe book, which is volume number 3, includes a couple of different cocktails that you're able to utilize for your hair care. It also includes a lot more recipes for those of you who are natural and having a lot of trouble with your hair, and for those of you who are definitely transitioning as well. You can pick that up right in our ELITEPRO store by going to our ebooks and guides section. Now, one thing I will say when it comes on to tape-ins is just because you have them, that doesn't mean that you are free of care. This still requires you to care for them because remember, your hair is 100% out, and then you also have the tape-ins that can also tangle in between your hair if you're not careful. I like to go through, and I tell my clients this every single day. Whenever you have your tape-in service, take a nice brush, go through your roots, make sure you're brushing through your hair, and that is going to give you a lot more longevity with your tape-in service than for those of you who think that this is carefree and wonder why your hair is matting up or your hair could potentially shed even more. So the way you see me doing this is exactly how it should be done, excluding the detox. The only time you'll do the detox is if you have any type of scalp congestion or if you are one of those people where you just feel like you want to wet your scalp all the time. I was joking, you guys. Do not wet your scalp all the time. Now, she really has a lot of congestion on the scalp, so me doing it this way is going to help us when it's time for her shampoo because this is helping to remove a lot of that buildup and soften a lot of that buildup. And if you have issues like dermatitis or even just dandruff in its own, this is going to be beneficial to you. Now, for those of you who are watching, I'm going to go ahead and give you this cocktail for the free 99. This cocktail that we used was a little bit of our Elite Clarify shampoo mixed in with our Soothe and Balance pre-treatment. So I would say 2 parts Soothe and Balance, 1 part Elite Clarify, and then I also put 1 part of astringent or Sea Breeze in this actual cocktail. And then I'd put just a little bit of water. I'd probably say no more than about 1/4 cup of water just to dilute it slightly and make it not so strong on the scalp. Now keep in mind, you guys, that if you are doing this cocktail, it does need to be washed out thoroughly. And of course, the Soothe and Balance pre-treatment and the Elite Clarify are the only 2 products that I recommend when you are utilizing this particular cocktail. Another thing with my client is she has a lot of breakage in her crown area, which is why we chose to do tape-ins, because that requires her to do maintenance to her hair. And also it gives her the ability to actually care for her hair while her hair is out, and she can still be natural, all in the same sentence. Once you've completed putting in your detox, you can let it sit for a few minutes if you like, and then you'll go ahead and go to the shampoo bowl or to your sink to go ahead and start the wash process. Now, to start the shampoo process, you definitely want to ensure that you rinse out your detox. Another thing that I want to add is if you are utilizing the detox or the cocktail, ensure that you're using a small tooth comb right before you start the shampoo process, because you do still have to lift any buildup that might still be on the scalp. Now, for her first shampoo, I did still do a cocktail of the Elite Clarify along with our Soothe and Balance pre-treatment. And if you notice, I am keeping her tape-ins in the direction that they are installed in the shampoo bowl, Well, let me say it this way. I'm keeping the tape-ins in one direction while I am shampooing her. So what you don't want to do is spend all your time detangling your hair and then you go and rough it up and now you've tangled the hair again. Now this is not just for tape-ins. This can be for any extensions that you might have and your hair as well. Now her tape-in extensions are 26 inches, which is super long. So I still want to make sure that I'm not creating any more agitation or creating another breeding ground for more tangling, which is super important, you guys. So you're going to hear me talk about that a lot through a lot of this service. For her treatment shampoo, I decided to use the Mended Split In and Frizz Control. As you can imagine, she does have her natural hair out. She is still 100% natural, you guys. So I wanted to just use something that was going to be nice and smoothing temporarily. It's also going to help with any type of frizzing that she might be experiencing because we're in Florida. And it's great for the extensions as well. For her conditioner, I decided to use our Moist Repair conditioner to add a little bit of moisture into her hair. Now, moisturizing the extensions is not super important, but moisturizing her hair is definitely important. Now, if you notice, a couple of her tape-ins did come out, which that is very normal. They actually can be reinstalled by just changing the tape. And that is how you're able to maintain them at home as well. Now, once you finish your shampoo process, the process for this is no different from when we're doing our regular wash day. You're going to spray yourself down with your Elite Hair Care Leave-In Conditioner of choice. In her case, I'm using the Mended. And then I also follow that up with some of our Shield Heat and Humidity Protectant Spray. Because remember, she is still natural and I'm going to have to silk press her as well as press out her tape-ins all in the same sentence. So at this point, she is going to go under the dryer to air dry. And then we'll go ahead and silk her out. So to silk her out, I literally just go section by section and I do the hair that's in between the tape-ins, and then I also would do the tape-ins as well. Remember, you do want to make sure that the hair is thoroughly dry before you do your silk out. So I used our Platinum Turbo Blow Dryer, which actually releases this year in the next couple months. I'm super excited, by the way. And then I go through and I use my 1-inch Smooth by EHC iron for her hair. And I follow up with my Smooth by EHC XL iron, which is our 2-inch iron for her tape-ins. Now at home, you're welcome to use one type of iron if you need to. But remember, you guys, she has 26-inch tape-ins, textured tape-ins to be exact. So I definitely wanted to ensure that I was working smarter and not harder. Now, if you're new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And please don't forget to also thumbs up this video and comment down below on what you guys thought about our detoxing process. And of course, all of the detox information is available in our Elite Hair Care Recipe Book, which is Volume 3. And it is on our EliteHairCareUSA.com website, as well as the different products that I used in her hair today. Now, for the sake of this video, which was really more about detoxing and scalp care, I did not film all the way through. You guys can easily tell how this came out. Of course, you guys know we worked super hard to make it nice and silky. And of course, if you wanted to see any type of the installation portion of this, you're able to go to the original video, which I have on my channel. But outside of that, you guys, the detox process is super easy if you follow those very simple steps that I gave you. And then, of course, when it comes down to your silk out, just be careful and use the temperature that's best for your hair. Bye.